Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another makeup tutorial. It's been a while since my last makeup tutorial just because I've been super busy, but I'm back now and today's look is this black smoky eye with a pinky nude lip. Very intense, very dramatic. This eye look will look amazing on any skin tone and will make any eye color pop because of the contrast between your eye color and the black. Your eyes are just going to pop and look amazing. So if you want to know how to get this look, just keep watching. So to start off, I'm just taking my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in the shade NC35, and what I like to do is pump a few pumps of that onto my brush. I'm using the Sigma flat top kabuki brush to buff it in. I don't like putting it on the back of my hands and then dabbing my brush in because you just waste product. So just buffing that all over my face, and then I'm taking my MAC Studio Fix, nope I'm not, I'm taking my MAC Prolongwear Concealer in the shade NC20, which is a few shades lighter than my foundation because I like to highlight with my concealer as well. So I'm just concealing those dark circles and highlighting at the same time, and I'm using my Real Technique Miracle Complexion sponge to blend that out underneath my eye area. I'm also going to place that on my chin, down the center of my nose and in my forehead, just to highlight areas of my face that I want to bring forward. When using sponges like this, you want to make sure that they're damp before using them. So what I like to do is clean my sponge before I use it every time. So I just run it under the warm tap and I pump a few pumps of like antibacterial hand wash on it, rub it in, lather it up, rinse it out, and then squeeze out the excess water in the sponge, just so it's left nice and damp. It will make the sponge 10 times bigger and more bouncy on your face, so you can blend out the product better. Then I'm taking my Ben Nye banana powder and I'm just setting that concealer with that powder. So I'm just placing that over the top of those highlighted areas, and I like to leave my powder on particularly under my eyes because it catches any fallout from the eyeshadow. So I leave my powder just sitting there on my face for a while I do my eyeshadow, and then I come back and brush it all off. So like I said, I'm just placing that powder on my chin, down the center of my nose and on my forehead. And then I'm going to do my brows off camera because it takes quite a while, but I will do a brow video soon. And I'm moving on to priming my eyes. So I'm taking my MAC Painterly Paint Pot and I'm placing that on my eyelids to prime them before the eyeshadow. And then I like to set that primer with my MAC Mineralised Skin Finish in the shade Light. Just placing that over the top to set it, and then I'm taking my sellotape because I'm going to create a nice sharp edge to my eyeshadow, and I'm placing that along the outside of my eye, kind of going from the outside corner of your eye meeting up towards your tail of your brow. Then I'm using my new baby, which is my Morphe 360 palette, and I'm taking the shade that I just pointed out there. They don't have numbers or shade colors because there's just so many of them in the palette, so it would just be ridiculous. So I'm taking that sort of beige matte color as my transition shade, and I'm placing that in my crease with my MAC 228. Is it a 228? I think it's a 228. I'll link it down below. My 228 brush. Just placing that back and forth in the crease. And then I'm taking that shade, which is just a sort of caramel brown color, just to intensify the crease, make it a bit darker. And then I'm taking that reddish brown and again going in the crease just to make it more intense, deepen it up. And I'm using a MAC 221. I want to say 221. I think it's 221, but again it will be down below. And again just placing that in the crease. With every shade that I use, I'm placing it slightly lower than the previous shade because you want that sort of nice transition from dark to light going upwards towards the brow. Then I'm going to take my Inglot 77, the black eyeliner, as a base for the black eyeshadow. So I'm just placing that all over my lid and blending it out. I really wish I used a different eyeliner for this because mine's kind of dried out, so it was a nightmare to blend. It's always quite hard blending black anyway, but when your gel eyeliner's dried out, it's the hardest thing in the world. So I spent a good 10-15 minutes blending this out to get it nice and smooth. So the trick to getting this right is to blend until your arm drops off, but also to make sure that you don't go above that crease line with the gel eyeliner. If you go above the crease line, you're going to look like a panda. It's going to look like a mess. You're going to have to start again. So make sure you keep it nice and low and slowly work your way up, blending upwards towards the crease. So once I've blended that gel eyeliner out as far as I can go with it, I go back in with my MAC 221 brush and that reddish brown in the crease, and that will merge the black and the crease colours together seamlessly. Then I'm taking my Sugarpill eyeshadow in the shade Bulletproof. It's just a matte black and it's just an intense black. And I'm using my MAC 217 to initially press that onto my eyelid, and then when I've got hardly any product left on my brush, I start to work it into the crease. Again, you want to be really careful not to take it up too high, because that's when you start to look a bit crazy. So make sure you keep it nice and low and work your way up into the crease. Don't start in the crease with black. Once you've done that, you can go back in with your MAC 221 and a tiny little bit more of the reddish brown to help blend the black and the crease colours together. And then I always like to take a fluffy brush at the end just to make sure everything's blended. Then I'm taking my MAC Mineralised Skin Finish in the shade Lightscapade, which is a subtle shimmer. Looks amazing on bare skin, by the way. Highlighted on the top of your cheekbones. Oh, amazing. So I'm just placing that on my brow bone to highlight, and then I'm going to peel off the sellotape. Nice crisp line. And now that I've finished the majority of my eyeshadow, I'm just going to dust off the banana powder, which caught any of the black eyeshadow that may have fell down and literally just brushes off, so you're not left with a dark shadow under your eye. And then I'm going to go in with the caramel brown shade on a MAC 217, and I'm just going to buff that quite heavily underneath my eye. And using the Inglot gel eyeliner that we used on our lid, I'm going to place that inside my waterline and drag it along my lash line with my MAC 217 to blend it in. Again, I've edited it down, so I was there for a while buffing that out to get it nice and smoky, so take your time with it. Then I'm taking my Rimmel Scandalised mascara, and then I'm popping on some lashes. These are the Koko lashes in the style Goddess, I believe. Yes, they're the Goddess ones. And I'm just placing those on my eyes with my tweezers. And then I'm going to move on to my face to finish my whole contour and highlight. So just to warm up my face, I'm taking my MAC Mineralised Skin Finish Natural in the shade Dark, just to give me a bit of warmth and bronziness. So I'm placing that around my hairline, my cheekbones, or the hollows of my cheekbones, just around the outside of my face. Not being too, I'm using a fluffy brush, so you can see I'm not being too precise. Just want a nice tanned, glowy look. And then to contour, I'm taking the shade Sculpt from MAC, which is one of their pro products. You can only buy it online, but it's amazing. And I'm sculpting out the hollows of my cheekbones with this, and I'm using a MAC, don't know, I'll link it down below, but it's a MAC brush. And then I'm taking Peaches by MAC on a Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm just placing that on the apples of my cheeks and blending it backwards towards my hairline. And to highlight, I'm using my Mary-Lou-Manizer by the Balm. Gorgeous, I love this highlight. I'm just placing that on the tip of my nose and on the tops of my cheekbones. For my lips, I'm using my MAC lip pencil in the shade Nice and Spicy. And I'm just drawing around the outside of my lips. And then I'm going in with MAC Flesh Pot lipstick. At the moment, it looks a bit obnoxious. So I just keep going back and forth with the liner and the lipstick, liner, lipstick, just to blend them together so you end up with a nice, soft, pinky nude lip. And that's the finished look. I really hope you guys liked this tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave any comments down below. I always reply to everyone's comments. And thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed to my channel, despite the fact that I've been MIA for the last few weeks. But I'm back and I'm going to try my best to record a video each week. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.